We'd like to think that someone who's been body shamed themselves would never subject someone else to it, but boy did 90 Day Fiancé's Big Ed Brown prove us wrong. Despite being repeatedly body shamed himself, in a recent episode, it was revealed that he pressured his fiancée Liz Woods to lose weight. This, understandably, didn't sit right with the viewers. In today's video, we're looking at what went down, how different fans reacted, and then some. First things first, what exactly happened? Since we're assuming that most of you might have already seen it, we're going to quickly recap certain events of episode 5, season 7 of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. Basically, while having a heart-to-heart with her friend, Woods confessed that Ed had made hurtful comments about her body. She explained that following their first split, she had lost a lot of weight, only to gain it all back shortly. Now that they were back together, Liz revealed that the only uninterrupted alone time that Ed allowed her was at the gym. Not just that, while looking at photos of her at a lesser weight, he asked her if she was planning on going back to be in the same size. Yikes. Moving on to the viewers' reactions. Now, it doesn't take a genius to guess that people would take issue with hurtful things like this. That being said, fans of the show quickly took to social media to call Brown out on his passive-aggressive body shaming and to remind him that he is in no position to pass these kinds of judgments. Before I proceed, let us point out that most of these call-out posts are fat-phobic in nature. By no means do we condone this behavior. All we are doing is letting you guys know the details so you've got the full picture of things. Now that the disclaimer's out of the way, here's what the reactions were like. One Redditor, for instance, posted a meme comparing Ed to Violet Beauregard, the gum-chewing know-it-all from the 1971 film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, blown up into a blueberry. Another user commented that Brown was projecting his struggles onto Liz. There were several similar reactions suggesting that his time in therapy, something that he loves to boast about, hasn't changed him as a person at all. To simply put it, at the end of the day, he's still deeply insecure and controlling. Since Ed isn't exactly in peak physical shape, a few fans' remarks were also along the lines of pot calling the kettle black. Several female fans also came out in Liz's support by explaining how women's weight fluctuate far more than men's, urging Brown to focus on himself instead. A group of viewers also reminded Ed of his hypocrisy using an interview where he'd revealed that his first relationship didn't work out because his wife wanted to change him. What's more, not all fans sympathized with Liz. Among hordes of supportive fans, there were a select few who, while they were critical of Ed's behavior, didn't have any sympathy for what happened to Liz. From what we know, it's because they stopped caring about her once she decided to take Brown back. That too, shortly after exposing him for abuse. In case you're a new fan, we're referring to the time she released audio of him being verbally abusive. This audio was apparently the last straw for a lot of her supporters. Speaking of the audio, this isn't the first time that Ed's done something horrible to his partner. Sit back and relax because we're leaping back to the 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days for our next segment. How can we forget Ed's treatment of Rose Vega? We doubt that anyone who is on the internet in the year 2020 isn't aware of Ed and Rose's tumultuous, to say the least, relationship. It was a meme goldmine. In case you were lucky enough to miss those memes, not only did Brown lie to her from the get-go about his weight and vasectomy, but also shamed Vega by suggesting that she was unclean. For instance, this one time he asked her to get herself examined for an STD when he refused to do it himself. On another occasion, he asked her to use mouthwash and shave her legs. And don't even get us started on the time that he left early during his visit with Vega's family and avoided the opportunity to bond with her son, Prince. To add to that, the alleged sexual harassment. Following his breakup with Vega, a woman by the name of Lorelei Clemens accused Brown of sexually harassing her back when she was interning for him. In an interview with Daily Soap Dish in 2020, she alleged that a lot of this harassment was verbal, through texts, and in the office. In a series of TikTok videos, Clemens then explained that, much like Rose, who was 31 years his junior, Ed had groomed her at the age of 24 as well. Since people at this age aren't really fully aware of what's going going on in their world yet, Clemens didn't handle the situation well. So much so that by the end of their relationship, if you can even call it that, she ended up in the hospital and had developed a number of health issues. Upon being accused of chasing clout, she expressed that she decided to come forward when she saw that he had already moved on to another victim. There were no monetary motives. As a matter of fact, her main goal was to raise awareness about how women always have an option when it comes to sexual abuse. To quote, "They have the power. They don't have to feel like someone owns their words or their story." Honestly, after all of these controversies, it beats us why they keep giving this man a platform. Anyway, now that we've given you a detailed glance at Ed's hypocrisy, here's some other 90 Day Fiancé news that might interest you. Other news, first up, fans slam 90 Day Fiancé's Jovi Dufresne. Something tells us that this season's theme is to bring back some of the most horrible contestants to have ever appeared on the show. Because after Ed's body shaming, fans are now incensed at Jovi Dufresne's privileged attitude regarding his mother-in-law not knowing English. To elaborate on his visit to the Czech Republic, Dufresne became annoyed that Yara and her mother were only going to speak to one another in Ukrainian. Following the episode, fans took to Reddit to argue that if he was so keen on communicating with her, he should give learning Ukrainian a go, and not the other way around. To quote, "But your wife speaks English and you're going to their country." While slamming his treatment of his mother-in-law, some fans also criticized him for telling Yara to work on her English in the past. It's true what they say, you can take an American out of America, but you can't take the American attitude out of an American. Then Tiffany showers praise on her son Daniel. The popular 90 Days star Tiffany Franco shared a rare photo of herself with her son Daniel, describing him as the most kind-hearted, loving, and intelligent young man. She also proceeded to call herself lucky to have a son like him. Daniel, whose recent appearance on 90 Day, The Single Life, Season 3, has won people's hearts. Is Franco's firstborn. The 12-year-old appeared on the show to give his mom some valuable dating advice. From what we've gathered, Franco had him when she was only 20 days shy of turning 18. Besides Daniel, she also has a daughter called Carly, with 90 Day Fiancé star Roland. Her relationship with Roland, as you might recall, was really rocky, primarily because of his criminal activities and never-ending visa issues. Roland reminds us that the star has decided not to rush into any more relationships for the time being, partially due to her kids and mostly because her past partners have all been reluctant to settle down. Well, we sincerely hope it works out in her favor. Finally, Zaid Hakimi tells fans about his passion for working out. Of late, the 90 Day Fiancé star Zaid Hakimi has taken to bodybuilding. If you're a fan, you might know that he's decided to take fans along on this new journey. For anyone who's unaware, to celebrate this new interest, Zaid, who was previously working at a furniture store, uploaded a gym selfie to his Instagram. This photo, as guys can see, made the announcement followed by a request to his fans to help him find a good program. Since Hakimi has always been a fan favorite in the franchise, fans responded quite kindly with advice and helpful tips. To give thanks for their kindness, he later uploaded an Instagram story explaining how he's already started reaching out to some of the coaches and gyms that they recommended. While he was at it, he also apologized to his followers for not getting back to all of them. He explained how he was busy at work because, to quote, "You know, I work so much." God, it's not difficult to see why he's so popular with fans. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think? Are fans who refuse to show Liz any sympathy right? Also, how did you feel about Liz taking Ed back? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.